on, man. We had to really show this.
Wait, no!
How much does ankle tape cost? How much VC? But on a serious note, thank you to our amazing community for submitting your top plays all year long. We look forward to seeing your best plays in 2K21.
The Suns bus as it rolled into the arena earlier tonight. The players decked out in their very best. And the game arrival. And let's...
Over Utah,
Thanks, DA. You see these two teams dealing with injuries right now, Steve. How much do you think that's going to change things tonight here?
I think it's going to change a lot. I think the style of play, you'll see more guys off the bench get more minutes. And I think it's going to come down to if they can control the pace and also if they can make shots, some of these other guys.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. And for the Jazz, inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. The Suns on offense. Pass to Bridges. And here is Johnson. Over Ingles. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Here's Mitchell. That one goes in.
Few players in the league do a better job of finding the open man than Mike Conley.
Suns moving the ball around. Johnson, the pass to Booker. Lays it up and banks it in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Passes it to Gobert. Over Ayton. Gobert can't hit.
And maybe it's the adrenaline talking, but they're 1 for 4 to start this game. Need to settle down.
Booker the pass to Ayton. Kicks it out to Rubio. Down low. Up again, and Ayton stays with it.
And using that 7'5" wingspan, putting it back off the miss, one of Ayton's specialties.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Pass to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Doesn't have to jump much because of his length. It is unmatchable. Rudy Gobert.
Break for the Phoenix Suns with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought. There is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
The Suns trailing. And Booker kicks to Rubio. To the right side. Bridges with it. Now defended by Gobert. He had stolen by Ingles. Mitchell against Booker. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Ed Davis has checked in for Joe Ingles. George Niang comes in for O'Neal. Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. .141 left in the first quarter. Suns trail by 3. Carter on the wing. He's covered by Clarkson. Moutier pass to Clarkson. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
No one near Moutier as he lets it go. It's another look, and it's finished off inside by Gobert. Gobert's got 6.
Rudy wanted it more than anyone else. He's going to be around for a long time. Look forward to watching him.
Here's Jerome. They get it back. Baines. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Ed Davis. The Suns shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Kaminsky, he's checked in for Phoenix. Here's Clarkson. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Out to the right wing. Sharge passes to Baines. Carter looking around. Here's Jerome. Defended by Moutier. And yes, it's good. There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Clarkson. Moutier. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Jerome. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Carter. Hits from the high post.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Here's Davis. And no good on the last second attempt this time. No shortage of scoring here. During his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder has quickly earned the appreciation of his coach.
Very lucky to have a coach like that.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. Frank Kaminsky is out there with Dario Saric. Then there's Carter. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Jerome in at the point guard.
When Gordon Hayward left the Jazz 3 summers ago, some expected a rebuild. Instead, they hit gold with Donovan Mitchell and kept on trucking.
The pass to Baines. The 3. You can't get that one. Now the Jazz take it the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it." Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. And the heartbreak over losing him, short-lived, but the Jazz still needed to learn from it.
Very important that the Jazz retain the stars they developed. I think there were some lessons learned along the way.
Here's Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. The shot by Saric, no good. Utah leading by 9. Clarkson passes to Gobert. Tries it from 9. Again, the Jazz score.
Rudy Gobert getting it done off contact. Love the increase in his focus on the offensive end.
Here's Clarkson. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Clarkson's got the lead up to 13 now for Utah. Saric outside. Hits it from three-point range. Saric has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, it's such a sweet
three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Clarkson picks to Mudiay. Pass to Niang. Fires from deep. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Interesting, Smitty. We're seeing guys like Dirk and Vince Carter play into their 40s. I'm wondering if this is a byproduct of improved nutrition and conditioning, and if that accelerates this trend.
I think it does, Kevin. I also agree to add to that. I think the game is less physical. I think a lot of those guys are taking care of themselves, but when the game is not as physical, it's a lot more perimeter. You can play longer. I'm curious, Kevin, will anybody play into their 50s?
You know, wouldn't that be amazing? That's a good question. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. Gobert, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Growing before our eyes, the confidence of Gobert, comfortable doing a little of everything now.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Davis. Royce O'Neal comes in for George Niang. Mitchell, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Conley in for Emmanuel Mudiay. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 13-5 run. With the putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Ingles has got 5 points so far.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Rubio misses. Jazz leading by 13. Conley into the lane. Rejected by Booker. Passes to Johnson. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Crossing up the defense, and that's what you expect from Rubio. Terrific vision.
And stolen by Booker. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Strong moves to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
Here's Gobert. No good, shot missing. Some solid defense from Ayton. Booker outside. Takes a 3. That one doesn't go.
And you could tell he thought he had...
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. Well, for Utah. How about... And that'll do it for...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Rudy Gobert has been sensational.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
They're asking a lot of him, shouldering the load in a number of areas. You just hope he has enough left at the end.
Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. That's the group right now for Utah.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
They may not get the spotlight, but the Utah Jazz are one of the best run teams in the NBA. They're run as a legacy trust. That means every dime of profit goes back into the team.
Steve, you were talking about the reinvestment for the Jazz. An upgraded arena, new practice facilities.
Necessary moves, you know this, to stay competitive. The Jazz fans love their team, and they're showing that commitment in return.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Jazz. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them.
Aggressive move by Ingles. Has good size out of the backcourt, able to challenge you inside.
The Jazz shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Carter, he's checked in for Ricky Rubio. Booker the pass to Carter. Stolen by Mitchell. And now here comes Conley leading the break. Sinks that one from the post. O'Neal's got his first points in this one.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Here's Carter. He gets that one.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Here's Conley. Here's Gobert. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Booker against Mitchell. Pass to Bridges. Carter outside. Kicks it to Booker. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. Here's Ayton. Gobert with the block.
You got to keep your head on a swivel when you go up against Rudy Gobert.
And Phoenix pushing it up now. Here's Johnson. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. And slam dunk by Gobert.
What a game for Rudy. We don't expect this every night, but it's an encouraging sign.
Last season, the Suns made DeAndre Ayton the #1 overall pick in the draft. They had no hesitation, Greg, in making that call.
And when a player like Ayton, who was in the Rookie of the Year combo from the get-go, is available, you have to take it. Not only is the upside sky high for Ayton, but he was an impact player from day one for the Suns.
Here's Johnson. Back to Bridges. Booker outside. Second shot opportunity. That one off the back iron and out.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
Mitchell right side. The Jazz working the ball around now. Ingles. It's blocked.
Tremendous at anticipating when shots are going up. Ayton is outstanding at protecting the rim.
Here's Johnson. And the layup's good off the glass. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter. Jazz leading by 14. Here's Ingles. Johnson with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Davis is checked in for Gobert. George Niang comes in for O'Neal. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. And for the Suns, Kaminsky, he's checked in for Johnson. Sharch comes in for Mikal Bridges. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Carter.
And let's take a look at Joe Ingles. Here are his numbers. How the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's averaging 8 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the calls.
And the Suns making a change here. Baines is checked in.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Mudiay. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Moudier's got 6.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Davis, the pass to Mudiay. The 3-ball. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. And as we end the 3rd quarter, and let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Suns, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Charge is out there with Frank Kaminsky, and it's Baines in at the 5, roaming the paint. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Rubio finds Baines. Now here's Kaminsky. Ingles covering. Inside. Shots good by Baines. Steve, nothing finer than having a star on your team who also makes everyone else feel better, feel involved, right?
You're totally right, Kevin. I talked to a lot of these general managers and owners, and they talk about they're looking for the unselfish star. Not just the star, the unselfish star. And what they mean by that, on the court, off the court, the guy that understands it's about team versus him.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Conley, and it's good for 2. Conley's got 4 this quarter.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
A nice shot by Booker.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Ingles in the corner. Conley up top. There's the 3. Traps in the tray.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Clarkson against Booker. Kaminsky inside. Ingles covering. And the basket by Kaminsky.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Conley feeling it out. Back to Clarkson. He kicks it to O'Neal. And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That'll be his second foul of the game. Steve, how do you feel about the top college players getting some sort of compensation for their work?
You know, I don't know about top college players, Kevin. I think if you're going to do it, it has to be all college players because it's a team. And I think if you look at it, some of the ways I would love to see it, if those guys can get health insurance benefits, if they can get a longer time to finish their education. I love that type of compensation.
Johnson, he's checked in for Phoenix. Suns trail by 14. And Rubio kicks to Ayton. Back to Rubio. And he uses the glass on the layup. Rubio's got his first basket.
High percentage look inside. Rubio always looking to maximize the value of the possession.
And here's Conley outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Jazz lead by 15.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
You can't afford to give him space. Those kinds of mistakes have been the story of this game.
To the inside. And again, it's Utah.
Good job by Mitchell, trusting his teammates. And in turn, that's going to open up opportunities for him.
For 3, Booker. Ingles with the rebound. Ingles has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Mitchell dishes to Conley. To the middle, and stolen by Booker. Bridges with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. And Rubio gets it to go on the assist from Bridges. Rubio's got 4 points now in the quarter. And it's Conley with the ball for Utah. At one point, they led by 16. We've got 1:08 left here in the fourth quarter. Ingles can't get it to go. Suns trail by 12.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Jazz.
And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Rudy Gobert.
He played with a lot of fire, a lot of heart, especially on the glass. He's one of those guys who acts like every rebound is his, and many of them were tonight.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
And hustle like that is why he leads this team in rebounds tonight.
Controlling the glass helps them maximize their number of possessions. He's done everything he can do to help them in that area.
And stolen by Booker.
That's good defense by Ingles. Improved focus at that end.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Thanks for watching this week, and make sure you check back here for more news on NBA 2K21.
And make sure to follow us on social for all the event updates.
Remember, it's at NBA 2K_.
The skyline of Orlando seen here during a court. And with...
Well, guys.
Doing it all, DA. Thanks. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Šarić. Here we go.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. And for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Ennis in at the small forward. Now here's Johnson, following the miss by Aaron Gordon. And the basket by Rubio. Brandon, looking ahead to the playoffs, when you made your first postseason appearance, were you surprised by the intensity you found once you got there?
Kevin, it was my second season. I was playing for the Clippers, so getting into the playoffs was quite miraculous on the Tony Court for the organization. But the level of detail in the playoffs and intensity in the playoffs, they know everything that you're going to do. And we were playing against the Utah Jazz, which at that time...
Some pretty good players.
Yes, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, the great Jerry Sloan as the head coach. It was a wonderful experience, but you understood that the playoffs were different. Absolutely something different in terms of the intensity and what it is that that team knew about you.
On the wing, Booker. He's guarded by Fournier. The fader. Rebound by the Magic. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago. The drive by Gordon. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. And Vucevic pulls it down.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. And the layup is good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad. Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass, and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Here's Augustine. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Johnson kicks to Booker. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. The Magic trail by 3. On the wing, Gordon. Defended by Bridges. Here's Ennis. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
Interesting that Phoenix has gone through all these different iterations since the loss of Hall of Famer Steve Nash, but this young core potentially coming together where they've bookended their front court and their back court with Ayton and Booker. And no one really crashing down on the backside, a breakdown defensively.
And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Finished off the break.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Well, Brent, looking at the Suns' future, Ayton's development could really determine how far they rise.
I think it's not all on his shoulders, but certainly as a big guy out there, to have a presence on a nightly basis and some consistency is the challenge for DeAndre Ayton. He has all the physical tools and by all accounts has the work ethic to go along with it.
Knocked loose. Pass to Ayton. Back to Johnson. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns, and they pick up 2.
Ayton pouring a foundation there on the inside, just living in the paint.
There's 57 seconds left in the first. Fournier goes in. Shot by Ennis. Nobody around. Off target from outside. And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They trail by 1. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
And they scratched out a close win the last time these two teams met. I think their ability to attack and create foul trouble for the opposition was a real factor.
Well, it was, because they got to play a lot of the second half against the second unit. The guys that ordinarily would have been out there were stuck on the bench with all those fouls.
And Ayton stays with it.
Ayton's so big inside, he turns a miss into an opportunity.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Augustine passes to Vucevic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
The Magic shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And both free throws good for Vucevic. For Phoenix, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. A nice shot by Carter.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Some solid defense from Ayton.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Setting the floor for the Suns. Inside, Saric and Baines. Then there's Carter. Then there's Ayton. And it's Jerome in at the 1. Now here's Ayton. Another shot, and he sinks the layup. Baines has got his first 2 points of the night.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Yeah, his instincts are on display here. Fultz, a really good passer, excels at setting up teammates for easy looks.
Here's Ayton. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game. Here's Jerome. Buries the long-range jumper. Jerome's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son Philip was born in December. And then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball." I think he will. Kevin?
Well, DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Baines dishes to Saric. It's good.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
Good on the bucket. Bamba's got the game tied up here for the Magic.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Well, you talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan, 7'9½", and that gives him a huge spear of influence.
And finished off by Fultz.
And how about the attitude of Fultz? When he's taking it inside, he's aiming to hurt somebody's feelings.
Carter finds Baines. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. The Magic have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. Ross, that's good. You look at Bamba able to touch the rim while still on the ground. And he gets off the ground pretty well, too.
A good athlete, still getting stronger and developing his feel for the game. But he has something you just can't teach.
Yeah, you got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
Deflects the pass. 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Carter down low, guarded by Fultz. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, so many great dribblers, ball handlers in this league right now. Who's the best at shooting off the bounce?
Well, 3 prime candidates to do that, Kevin, exist at the point guard position, and I put James Harden in the point guard category with how much he has the ball. Harden, Kyrie, Steph Curry, 3 great names that are able to find their way to get the ball into the shooting pocket, no matter where they move off the dribble, finding consistency. It's a really sought-after attribute in the players who are coming up now because of how impactful these guys have been.
DJ Augustine's checked in for the Magic. And Phoenix also making a switch. Ricky Rubio checked in for Carter.
The raw talent Bamba has, just so impressive. A shot blocking specialist who also makes an impact on the offensive end.
And the dunk by Bamba.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
And Here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on. Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Now, here's Vucevic. He's coming off a 19-point game against Chicago.
And he also controlled the boards. He just seemed to be in the right position every time the ball came off the rim.
Here's Augustine. It's tipped.
And you can't be careless around Saric. When he's on you, he is looking to send that one back.
Magic leading by 3. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Augustine with it, and it's Carter picking him up. And it's Vucevic missing.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Saric passes to Booker. Fires it up. They get it again.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Magic lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone. Mohamed Bamba led the way in the first half. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And guys, you know, Mohamed Bamba has really been making it happen.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
I think he's enjoying it too. So rare to have an offensive explosion from him. You know his teammates are loving that as well.
At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. And it's Ennis in at the small forward. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. And stolen by Fournier. They push it up 4 on 3. It's up a 3. That one misses. The Suns go the other way with it. For 3, Booker. A three-pointer is right on target. Booker's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, if Booker gets that kind of room out there, he's got the green light. He's had it since he came in the league.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Magic have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. And he knocks down the first one. And so Fournier nails both of them. Suns trail by 3. On the wing, Booker. He's guarded by Fournier. Johnson kicks to Booker. Back to Johnson. Booker in the corner. For the tie. Shot clock at 6. Rebound by Ennis. And so it's Ennis bringing it up now for the Orlando Magic. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Phoenix has gone 1-2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now in his 6th season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
Not much older than some rookies coming in. You wonder wonder what his ceiling will be.
For the Magic, Khem Birch comes in for Aaron Gordon, and Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Augustine. And a change for the Suns. Baines is checked in.
That's one for their first 4 to start the second half.
Fournier passes to Ennis. That one goes. Count it. Ennis has got the lead up to 7 now for the Magic.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist. Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Here's Bridges. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And it's 8 points for Mikal Bridges. Orlando leading by 5. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Fultz, no good. Suns have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Here's Johnson. Baines tipped back in for 2.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now, here's Fournier. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Fultz, the pass to Birch. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Birch has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that's an example where the unpredictability of Fultz helps him, especially in that pick and roll where he can slice dimes through the D.
And the movement to bring the NBA back to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. But you've played there half a decade. I know you've got fond memories. How much does that city love the NBA?
The Seattle fans are incredible and
knowledgeable.
Yes, and how much longer do we have to keep talking about how we want a team in Seattle?
One of the great cities in this country.
A fantastic place to play, to live, and the city is starved to get the Sonics back up there in the green and gold.
And they'll support them.
Oh, there's no question about it. So the time is ticking, and everybody's excited about the opportunity in the near future for the team to return.
Here's Carter Williams. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Saric.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
The Suns making a switch here. Saric is checked in. Suns trail by 4. Here's Baines. No good that time. And Orlando will come the other way. Shoots from the line. And Carter Williams gets it to go on the assist from Ross.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Baines. It's good. Baines has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Bamba, and the dunk by Bamba.
And it's nice to see Bamba finding his groove. When he's in sync, he feels like he can make any shot.
Here's Carter. Vucevic with the block. Fultz looking around. Here's Ross. Puts the move on.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
Aaron Gordon is checking in for Orlando. Augustine comes in for Michael Carter Williams.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Ayton.
Ayton very much used to the defense collapsing and having some bodies around him, but just brushes them off.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Carter with it, now guarded by Vucevic, and it's Carter missing. Magic leading by 8. Gordon, the pass to Fultz. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Augustine with the steal. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Orlando out in front as they wrap up. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. It's a 10-point game. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Kaminsky out there with Dario Saric. And it's Ayton in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And, you know, for all the talk about Rubio's passing, I think one thing that gets overlooked is his defense. Both his on the ball and defensive rebounding are very strong for the point guard position.
And it's Orlando's ball. Here's Augustine. Banked in off the glass. And the Magic lead by 10. The Suns shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. And Booker kicks to Rubio. Booker outside. From deep. Offensive rebound. Ayton. Great D that time from Vucevic.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
James Ennis, he'll check in for Markelle Fultz. Johnson, he's checked in for the Suns. Gordon against Saric. Phoenix grabs the miss. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Passes it to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Does it feel good as a big man like Ayton to throw it down? You bet it does.
Orlando leading by 8. And here is Ross. The putback. It's good on the putback.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Back to Ayton. It's stolen by Vucevic. And now Augustine pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And he gets it to go. And now it's a 12-point Orlando lead.
Those are the kinds of plays that win games. Really savvy D, and give him credit for looking to go straight up the court with him.
And the basket is good. And that's 10 points for DeAndre Ayton.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Ross, that's good.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, the development for DeAndre Ayton is going to be all about the pick and roll, both how he runs it and defends it.
I agree, Kevin. If he works with Devin Booker out there as an offensive threat and becomes a guy who can roll with good hands and finish, that's a key for their offense. And you look at his size defensively, he can be imposing.
Evan Fournier's checked in for Ross. Bridges is checked in for Phoenix.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Rubio against Augustine. Here's Ayton. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 3rd assist on the night.
The skills growing maybe right in front of our eyes here for DeAndre Ayton.
Vucevic. Now the feed to Gordon. Fournier against Booker. Just 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. Fournier's shot is off. Suns trail by 11. Ayton attacking. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Fournier finds Augustine. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor. For Phoenix, they've gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Booker with no one around. They get it back. Count that bucket. Ayton's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, Ayton just swallowing up the defender there and then completes the play.
Right side, Gordon. Over Johnson. And it's Gordon missing. The Suns running out of time. Here's Bridges. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, this is why the teammates for Booker are loving him. He keeps working on his ability to find the open teammate.
Augustine against Rubio. Now Augustine takes the 3. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
With the shot. And the shot is long. Now, here's Rubio. On the corner. Here's Clark. Poked away. It's stolen by Sharks. And so it's Orlando winning this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Berry.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. benefits to this stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
This week on NBA 2K TV, we're inside the bubble with Washington Mystics and 2K fan Aerial Powers. Plus, we're talking 2K21 with Mike Wang and Agent Zero. We check in with community members.
As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Miami. They've had a great season. We'll look to extend that into the playoffs.
I think for the Heat, they've had a tremendous year. There were a lot of people waiting for them to take that tumble late in the season. Well, those people might be waiting for a little while longer.
Or maybe a lot longer. They look to me like they're ready to make some serious noise in the playoffs.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. And for Miami, Bam Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the point.
Well, you look at the Suns going forward. They have got to believe a big part of the puzzle is DeAndre Ayton. This guy was the #1 overall pick in last year's draft.
Now here's Booker. Fires the three. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. Now Butler. And it's denied. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. And that one drops for him. Booker's got his second bucket of the night.
You want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Doris Ayton, a terrific rebounder. He can score in the paint, and of course, he is still improving.
Yeah, what you like about DeAndre Ayton, Kev, is he doesn't just rely on his God-given talent. This guy knows he needs to be more consistent with the jumper, improve his overall defensive awareness, but this guy is willing to put in the work to become a complete and great NBA player.
Here's none. Devin Booker picking up that last basket to the left side wing. Robinson for three. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. The Suns have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Ayton kicks to Bridges. Back to Ayton. Second chance effort, and it's good on the layup.
Well, we're talking about a big-time rebounder. DeAndre Ayton's timing, excellent.
Here's none. His last outing, he had 18 points. Outside, Jones wants to get it to Robinson, and does. And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, there's an aggressive mentality in play. Work in close, find a way to score.
It's tipped. It's stolen by Jones. Here's none. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. All going up court. A nice shot by Booker. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
It's so fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams, what these individual players to be like. None can't get it to fall.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Bridges passes to Ayton. Got a hand on it, and he recovers it. Six on the shot clock. Rubio dishes to Johnson. Robinson pulls it in.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Jones kicks to Robinson. Here's none. Covered by Rubio. Adebayo down low. He's guarded by Booker. Basket counts.
I just love the determination on that backboard. Coming out of the gates really, really strong.
Yeah, we're seeing some early signs that he is on his game. That putback's a good illustration of the work he's ready to put in tonight.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Heat with the ball. Miami trailing. Poked loose. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And with the break in the action, here is the 2K leaderboard showing us this month's top passers. Number 1, Ricky Rubio.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Phoenix. Sharch comes in for Johnson. It's stolen by Adebayo. Hero passes to Butler. That ties the game. Butler's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, the confidence that Jimmy Butler displays on a nightly basis is awesome. This guy, as an interior scorer, is a force.
And here we go. It's Butler. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Jimmy Butler. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Kelly Olynyk checked in for Miami. Iguodala comes in for Butler. Kaminsky dishes to Carter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Suns shooting their first free throws here tonight. So he gets them both. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Dragic with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. For the 3. Offensive rebound. Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we wrap up the first. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. You learn about Jimmy Butler's difficult journey to win.
Basketball. That's that. Always.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
They've got Dragic, Jay Crowder out there with Kelly Olynyk, and there's Iguodala. And it's Hero into the two-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And out of Marquette, Jay Crowder, a sturdy two-way wing player.
A great system player and glue guy. He had his best years with the Celtics. On the final year of this contract, a great value considering what he brings to the table.
Now here's Crowder following the miss by Frank Kaminsky. Shoots from the baseline. Shot by Crowder, no good.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Pass to Jerome. From past the arc. It's a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Kaminsky's got his first points of the game.
What an effort to get the tip in, just wanting it a little bit more.
Shots good by Hero. Hero's got the lead up to 6 now for the Heat.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
It's Carter, high post. Can't cash in from the high post.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
That's short off the rim.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Looking for Crowder. He gets it there. To the paint. Takes the 13-footer. A putback. George grabs the board. Suns trail by 6. Jerome passes to Carter. Kaminsky inside. He's guarded by Dragic. And he gets the bat. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Adebayo. Iguodala, and staying with the play, Iguodala. Iguodala's got 6 points.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. The Heat making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Heat on offense. They're on a 12-4 run. Nunn passes to Butler. From outside the arc. Keeps it alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And it's a 10-point Heat lead.
Yeah, you look at this run they're on, and you have to give a lot of credit to their effort on the glass. Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Now here's Butler. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Ayton's got his 5th rebound in this one. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Adebayo. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And not hard to see why they're on the bad end of this run. Just not doing the job on that defensive backboard.
Johnson can't get it to go. So for Phoenix, their last game a loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. It's deflected. Pass to Silva. Butler in the corner, fires for 3. Not that time, it's off. He's 3 for 7. Bridges passes to Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Well, Mr. Ayton decides, why just lay it up when you can finish with authority?
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Butler. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
A 3 from Leonard, and the last shot before the buzzer is off, and that does it.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. Their field goal percentage was a rope. And
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And you look at Adebayo, what a contribution.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Johnson, and it's Ayton in at the 5. And with the summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Miami with the ball after the Suns pick up 2. And he's good on the 3-ball.
How about the laser focus on that jump shot? Pays no attention to the nearest defender.
Bridges against Butler, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And not a season, Doris, that pops off the stat sheet, but a strong rookie campaign for Mikal Bridges.
You simply can't ignore the defense he brings for this team. Very refined for his experience level. Teams would love to see him grow into a 3rd option on the offensive end with this roster. Let's see if that happens.
Doris, there are these players whose wingspans exceed their height by 6 inches or more. They're called +6s, kind of a new term. Talk about that with the scouts look into those numbers.
Well, one of the things you like to have in a defensive player is length and versatility along with that length. So guys who maybe their size lists them at one thing, but that length enables them to guard a little bit differently. Guys like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Montrezl Harrell, all of those guys might be listed a certain size, Kevin, but boy, their length is problematic and makes them such exceptional defensive players.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. And then for Phoenix, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Ayton. Sharge comes in for Johnson. And it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line.
I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years, obviously Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
For three, Booker, and Jones pulls it down.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And it's Butler missing. And what's astounding, even with Booker, the Suns have been last, Doris, in three-point accuracy 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, and I think that speaks, Kev, to the roster construction. You need floor spacing to win games, and it can't be from just one guy. This franchise knows that. They just haven't been able to yet solve the problem. Well, there are very few scorers in the NBA who are as explosive as Devin Booker. Boy, when this guy finds his rhythm, he can take over a game from just about any part of the floor, and there's nothing the defense can do about it.
Carter with it, now guarded by Dragic. That's in, and the Miami lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Carter.
And right there you see Devin Booker's feel for the game. This guy knows exactly when to give it up.
And it's Dragic off the drive, and it's Phoenix with the rebound. Doris, I still think back to that game where Booker put up 70 points. I mean, wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, when Devin Booker starts to cook, he can get as hot as any player in the league. The one thing you want from Devin is consistency on both ends of the floor from game to game. That's how you go from good to great.
And it's Dragic with the ball for the Heat. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Butler, and it's Butler with the jam.
Boy, it's really not easy to try to guard Jimmy Butler. If he's putting it on the deck and getting to the rack, look out.
Here's Saric. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Jones, no one around him. And it's Miami with another.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Saric passes to Baines. It's stolen by Adebayo. On up the court. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, that's the level of tenacity that Jimmy Butler brings to the game. Finishes through contact as well as anyone, maybe short of LeBron James.
And a new group in for the Heat. Olynyk, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Myers Leonard comes in for Jones. Crowder, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. And Hero subbed in for Robinson. Here's Ayton. Hey, Crowder pulls it in.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
And Butler gets it to go.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Now here's Booker. He's got 10. Passes it to Okobo. Inside, Leonard with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Butler with the ball. That one good for 2. Hero's got his second basket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
On offense, here are the Heat. Big stretch here going 10-2. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Suns trail by 15. Now, here's Bridges. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Here's Nunn. That shot off. Now the Suns take it the other way. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
This guy is an efficient scorer. Dario Saric knows his strengths on the offensive end and can capitalize.
Here's Iguodala. After the basket by Dario Saric. And the Suns here with a different look. 23 seconds left to play here in the third. A three from Leonard. It's hauled in by the Suns. Here's Kaminsky, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Kaminsky's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Suns. Here's Nunn. A three from Leonard, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Miami ahead. They're up by 9. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Suns trail by 9. Myers Leonard is out there with Olynyk. And there's Iguodala. And it's Silva in its small forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
Pretty dime there. The kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Here's Nunn. Frank Kaminsky making his last shot. Silva the pass to Iguodala. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback. And the Heat lead by 9.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's foul number 2 for him. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Robinson comes in for Myers Leonard. And Phoenix also making a switch. Baines is checked in.
Well, what a great look by Andre Iguodala. We know he's unselfish. If there's space for his guy, he's going to find him.
Rubio against Adebayo. It's stolen by Adebayo. Here's Robinson. It's deflected. And they're pushing it up. Here's Rubio. And he converts the layup. Rubio's got his first bucket in this one.
Now this is the pace that Rubio loves. Fast and furious.
Silva. It's stolen by Johnson. And Baines kicks to Rubio. Goes back up. That's it, and the Miami lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Baines.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And here is Robinson. There's the pass to Nunn. Three-pointer. Miami no good on that time either.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Pass to Adebayo. Again, the miss by the Heat. And it's Rubio with the ball for the Suns. 6-point game. And it's good, 2 points.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Nunn passes to Silva. Adebayo with the ball. To the inside. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regroup. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
And there's the whistle called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 1.
That's so much that Rubio gives you. The last thing that has to come to me is the range shooting. Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
Šarić, right side. That one a little long.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
Butler, no good. And it's the Suns' ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. Shoots over Dragic. Here's Ayton, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Jimmy Butler.
DeAndre Ayton, a quality free throw shooter, so you love to see him create opportunities to get there.
He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
You know, he couldn't make all of them, and they'll have to settle for just a one-point lead.
Ayton against Dragic. Butler on the way. Lock at 6. Robinson for 3, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And that's now 11 points for Robinson.
And some well-needed scoring. He stops a 13-0 run by Phoenix.
With 3, Booker has now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Devin Booker with the big shot. He may be young, but he's got big-time game.
He'd have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the 3rd. Pretty cold down the stretch. No good from Dragic.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, he sees the play developing, takes care of his responsibility. Just terrific job defensively.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
You know, I think the versatility Saric provides is big in today's NBA. This guy can play the 3 and the 4. He can shoot from anywhere. He can also hit the glass. Very good passer. There's a lot to his game.
Now, here's Butler. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Mikal Bridges picks one up.
Boy, I love to watch Jimmy Butler work in the post. High activity level. Hard not to foul that guy.
And so Butler nails both of them. Here's the Suns with the ball. They lead by 1. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Butler with the steal. Bridges with the steal. To the middle. Here's Ayton. Money!
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're down by 3. 15 seconds left in the 4th. What's your take, guys?
And it's do or die time. You know, they need a bucket here to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
A 3 and nothing but a 3 will do here.
You've got to keep your composure and execute to get a quality look from 3.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
I'll tell you, this guy already a double-double threat nightly, and DeAndre Ayton's ceiling is still high. Now, he's got to go ahead and reach those expectations by putting in the work.
So the Suns win it. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome to a brand new episode of NBA 2K TV.
These are exciting times. The NBA is back. The WNBA is back.
I don't know about you, Chris, but I absolutely love seeing live basketball.
We are... You're right, DA. A big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Look at Utah. Advantage in one series. And checking out Phoenix. They're at the bottom of the conference.
And I think for the Suns, they haven't gotten anywhere near where they wanted to be this season. Pretty clear there's a big talent gap between them and the true contenders.
And we've all thought this. They're just a middle-of-the-road team. The last thing anyone in the NBA wants to be.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward position. And for the Suns, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Johnson. And it's Ayton in at the center. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. And it's Conley with the ball for Utah. It's a three-point game. Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower. Probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those two leads better than anyone in the league. You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
From deep. Conley's shot is off. The Suns have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Booker. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Looking at the Suns, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. Here's Mitchell. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Bridges with the steal. Down low. Here's Rubio. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feed.
High percentage look inside. Rubio always looking to maximize the value of the possession.
Here's Mitchell. Whoa! I mean, that's a rugged play.
That one was big time. What you love about Donovan Mitchell, not only does he explode into his moves, he finishes with authority.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
Ayton with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Here's Bridges. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
This is basketball 101. This is the size mismatch you look to create.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. You know, Smitty, we know players are getting more nights off around this time of the year. How much did that occur when you were playing in the NBA?
Coaches and organizations really came up to guys when they see they were hurting. You didn't want them to play when they were injured. And then at the end of the season, Kevin, usually you looked and said, ooh, we have the number 6 seed locked up or whatever place locked up. And then that's when you start to get nights off. I don't remember doing it during game 20 and game 30 where guys starting to get nights off.
Here's Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
We've talked about it before. Unselfish, great awareness. Ingles willing to turn down the shot if someone can break free.
Yep, that one goes in there. Johnson's got his second basket of the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Ingles finds Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. Conley gets the bucket.
So often the catalyst. This time, Conley is on the finishing end off the catch.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That'll be his second foul of the game. Some changes for Phoenix. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Saric comes in for Johnson. And it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Utah. Udier comes in for Michael Conley. Ed Davis is checked in for Utah. George Niang comes in for Royce O'Neal. The Jazz have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ball game. The pass to Gobert. The basket good off the assist from Mudiay. Gobert's got his third bucket of the night.
That's just too easy. Defensively, you want to prevent Gobert from getting the ball that deep.
Clarkson against Carter. Off on the layup.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Pass to Jerome. Puts it up from 12. Saric on the follow.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Lets it go from 11. Here's Davis. Here's Gobert. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Well, if you ask Rudy Gobert, he's not focused on his individual matchup. His job is to anchor the entire defense. For him, it is a team game.
Pass to Mudiay. Here's Niang, defended by Bridges. 6 to shoot. And he banks in the layup.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
And you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust.
Passes it to Okobo. Back to Booker. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Booker's got 5 points so far. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark at a time. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the two-way guards in the NBA. Mike Conley said it.
He's one of my favorite players growing up.
And you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Peyton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Jazz, we've got Davis. Moutier out there with Jordan Clarkson. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Niang in at the three, the small forward.
And when you look at Utah, this team, year after year, seems to be more than a sum of its parts.
I like that they always look for guys with big-time character, unselfish, low-drama players, and there's a confidence with this group.
And there's the call on Dario Saric. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Utah. Back to Moutier. Shot clock at 6. Trying to get open is Davis. And really deep through that time. Ingles has got his second basket.
The silent assassin, Ingles, continues to do his job and does it at a high level.
Booker looking around. No good on the three. Utah leading. And now Utah, fast break. Moutier with the basket.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Phoenix. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we overanalyze things. Can be better to just let it go.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And his teammates call him old man, say he looks like a 40-year-old farmer. Joe Ingles, Smitty, much more than meets the eye.
You know what, Kevin? He's a star in his role. He's gotten better and better. He's a guy who can impact winning on a nightly basis.
Conley with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Here's Jerome, covered by Mitchell. Jerome, good. And now just a 1-point Utah lead.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Mitchell, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Mitchell's got his third basket of the night right there. Johnson outside, and it's Phoenix scoring again. And for those of you just joining us, in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, Mitchell. And Baines pulls it down.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Jerome passes to Baines. Rubio outside, inside. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Kaminsky's got his first 2 points. Here's Conley. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. And the Jazz lead by 1.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
They double-team Conley, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Aaron Baines. That'll be his second foul of the game. Andre Ayton's checked in for Frank Kaminsky. And Utah also making a switch. Gobert's checked in. Phoenix ball. Here's Jerome, covered by Conley. Baines dishes to Ayton. And there it is for him. And it's a 3-point Suns lead.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Conley kicks to Gobert. Back to Conley. Mitchell against Rubio. Just 5 to shoot. From about 16. With the tip. It's good on the putback. Ingles has got 8 points.
Right there, it's who wants the basketball the most, and it's Joe Ingles creating the extra possession.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And stolen by Ayton. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Rubio the pass to Ayton, and it goes down 2 points. Ayton's got the lead up to 5 now for the Suns.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Gobert. Some solid defense from Ayton.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Suns on top.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck. And
in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Rudy Gobert has been sensational.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw this offense coming from him, but it's been key for his team.
This is why you prepare. Get ready for the opportunity if it comes your way, because you may be asked to deliver.
Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Bridges in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Monty Williams. Mitchell finds Gobert. Now O'Neal from the arc. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Shoots from the right block. Back to Bridges. He had stolen by Ingles. In transition, here come the Jazz. Conley's running.
The track star DNA for Conley on full display in the open court.
Phoenix leading by 5. Booker outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Now the spotlight usually is on the head coach. But Smitty, what makes for a great assistant coach on a staff in your eyes?
Well, I think when he have a great relationship with the coaches and also he has a great relationship with the players. I also love the assistant coaches that are very detailed. And also some of those guys, they have great insight on what a coach can see. It's still a team, and there's some great assistants out there.
For 3, Booker. And the Suns miss again. Jazz trail by 3. Outside Conley. Over Carter. Conley's shot is off. The Suns have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. To the inside. It's tipped. In transition, here come the Jazz. Here's Clarkson. And that one clearly. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Moutier. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Niang, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Now here's Moutier, guarded closely, and slam dunk by Gobert.
I like Gobert's attack mentality around the rim. You can tell he loves to throw it down.
No good from Booker.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
Smitty Snyder, also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title, and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Three-pointer. Gobert trying to get open. Niang, no good. And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Clarkson picks to Moutier. And the pass to Gobert. 1:37 left in the third quarter. 4 on the shot clock. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And as Rudy Gobert has been adding bulk, he's only getting better at finishing through contact.
Here's Bridges. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 4 assists now tonight.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Bridges, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bridges has got it all tied up now for Phoenix.
Crossing up the defense, and that's what you expect from Rubio. Terrific vision.
Chalk up 2 there. Gobert's got 15.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Stolen by Clarkson.
Gotta recognize the situation, trying to get a 2 for 1.
Absolutely, but at the same time, you want to get a good shot.
Moutier with the basket.
Good find, and one of Gobert's advantages as a passer, he can see over everyone's head.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Booker against Moutier. Johnson left side. Pass to Kaminsky. It's stolen by Gobert. Clarkson up top. There's the triple. And the 3 ball is good. Clarkson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And so it's the Utah Jazz bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so in the game for the Jazz, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 slot. Conley, the pass to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
He is so good in pick and roll. When the defense plays up on him, he burns them with the pass.
Sharge with it, now defended by Mitchell. Carter inside the 3-point line, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Jerome, good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
Ingles with the ball. Baines is there. Here's Mitchell. Offline with his three. Suns trail by 5. Here's Jerome. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the first one at the line is good. 2 shots. And so he makes both from the line. Utah leading by 3. Pass to Gobert. To the paint. Here's Ingles. It's hauled in by the Suns. Baines has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Jerome. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They've shown a lot of heart, a lot of fight, and they're close to taking the lead.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
That drive by Carter. That shot missing. And it's Utah the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
You know, because Donovan Mitchell is so explosive, few guys have the energy, the effort, and the discipline to guard him on a nightly basis.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Stolen by Mitchell. And now Utah, fast break. Passes it to Conley. Now Gobert, defended by Carter. Ayton against Gobert. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Gobert's got 10 points in just the second half. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
Suns trail by 7. They get a hand on it. Mitchell with it. Now guarded by Booker. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Gobert. It's hauled in by the Suns. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Whistle blows. Basket is good. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Johnson, he's checked in for Šarić, and it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
And again, it's the Suns missing. Utah leading by 6. O'Neal dishes to Conley. Back to O'Neal. The pass to Gobert. Over Ayton. Nice shot by Gobert. Gobert's got 6 points in the quarter.
It's his work ethic. Gobert has done everything he can to become a threat offensively.
Ayton, and Ayton stays with him.
He is a great kid. I love to see this from Ayton, stepping up in the big moment, letting his talent take over.
Conley surveying the D. Pass to Gobert. Shot from the wing. rebound by Johnson. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Phoenix. They trail by 6. Johnson kicks to Carter. From deep three-point range. Doesn't go that time. And Utah the other way now. Conley finds Ingles. Back to Conley. Nice ball movement by Utah. Pass to Clarkson. Now Conley. From deep. But they recover it. Shot clock at 5. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Clarkson bangs home the trifecta.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
And so it's Utah with the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Aerial Powers, welcome to 2K TV. So excited to have you on. I've wanted to have you on the show for a long time, so I am super excited that you're here right now. I know you're in the WNBA bubble. How is that and what's going on?
It's great. My internet is back and active, so I am in a wonderful state right now.
What have you been up to in the bubble?
Just
A lot of sporty looks on the Phoenix players here in the and nothing. It is indeed, DA. Thank you. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Saric.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Now the starting group for Orlando. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. And it's Ennis in at the 3 slot. And for Phoenix, Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Johnson. And it's Ayton in at the center, locking down the middle. Well, with the playoffs coming up quickly, Clark, strength of schedule can play a big role as it determines where a team is going to be seated come playoff time.
No, I agree with you in terms of even just making the playoffs sometimes, Kevin, based on where teams are and who they're playing. I mean, those matchups against potential playoff teams that are still fighting for seeding, they can sharpen you up and get you ready. Actually, those games can be playoffs before the playoffs in many ways.
And I always admire the coaches, Clark, that walk their players through the different scenarios because they should be aware.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You want everything out in front of you. As long as your team is able to handle it, and most of these teams can, I think that's a good point.
So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Johnson, lays it up off the glass.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Rubio against Augustine. Kicks it out to Gordon. From deep three-point range, that shot no good. The Suns go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
Now here's Ayton. Following the miss by Evan Fournier. Ayton. It's stolen by Ennis. Here's Augustine. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis.
You know, it's obvious and easy to talk about Augustine's speed. He's a speed merchant, but how about his creativity there?
With 3, Booker Shot clock reset for Phoenix. Ayton, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. The Suns have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
Ken Birch is checked in for Orlando. Here's Birch. To the wing right side. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Augustine. They get the rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Booker. Vucevic with the rebound. And those physical attributes of Ayton are so imposing. Greg, who does he remind you of?
I mean, for current players, you see a bit of Embiid and how they both move so fluidly for 7-footers. From the past, I see a bit of David Robinson in his game.
No good from Booker.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
To the middle. Here's Vucevic. Back to Ennis. Lets the 3 fly. Drains it from beyond the arc. Ennis has got 5 now.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Now here is Augustine. Following the miss by DeAndre Ayton. And Augustine kicks to Ennis. Pass to Birch. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Ayton.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Saric comes in for Johnson. And it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
Baines passes to Saric. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
From deep. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. Michael Carter-Williams checked in for Augustine. Suns trail by 7. It's Carter, high post. His last outing, he had 8 points. Good on the shot.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Carter-Williams with the bucket.
Speed on display from Carter-Williams on the drive to the hoop. His combination of explosive quickness and tremendous athleticism is tough for any defense to keep pace with.
Now here is Carter. Here's Saric. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Down low. And the foul on Ken Birch. That's his first foul. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Carter. Tips it. Saric on the follow. Saric has got 6 points.
Really like how Saric uses his size and length to get after the offensive glass, and very good at crashing the board.
And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. It's the Magic. They're up by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Volanos. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Magic?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Frank Kaminsky is out there with Dario Saric. Then there's Carter. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Jerome in at the point. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Basket good. Ross has got his first points of the night.
And that's a case where this deceptive strength that Ross has helps him score over the defense. You can't afford to take this guy lightly.
Carter, that's good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
You know, you talk about the explosive athletes in the NBA, the most explosive athletes. I would think Aaron Gordon has to be on your list. I mean, this guy has great feet, tremendous speed, and he puts both to use on both ends of the floor.
Bamba with the block.
Boy, great timing and awareness there from Bamba. He sends shots away on the daily.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
And the athleticism is obvious for Gordon, but he continues, Clark, to still work on his skill game.
I love the fact that he's continuing to improve. He's grown as a shooter and a playmaker. He's always been a pretty good ball handler and passer, and we really forget how young he is, man. This guy still has a lot of room to grow.
Carter kicks to Kaminsky. Johnson against Gordon. Launches it. Johnson can't hit.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Orlando grabs the miss. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago. He lobs it up. Bamba's shot is off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
Andre Ayton's checked in for Phoenix. Ricky Rubio comes in for Carter. Then for the Magic. Ennis, he's checked in for Bamba. Evan Fournier comes in for Terrence Ross. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Carter Williams.
Aaron Gordon is no pushover. Far from it. I mean, with the ability to knock down shots despite contact, this young fella's impressive.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Magic.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Clark, a lot of coaches like to run their offense through centers. Any names you can think of who you'd be comfortable running your offense through at that position?
Well, just because I've watched him and loved his game since locking into him, Jokic. Yes. Man, can he pass it. He can shoot it. He can score it inside. He's got such excellent hands and touch. He's at the top of the list. Marcus Cousins, big guy that can shoot it and pass it as well. And Marcus Gasol is also in that list.
You'd feel comfortable with any of those guys holding the ball, distributing the ball, wouldn't you?
No doubt.
Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Gordon. Here's Fournier, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Booker with no one around. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Kaminsky, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
So clever at drawing contact. Frank Kaminsky's size creates a lot of problems for defenders.
The Suns making a switch here. Sharge is checked in. Ken Burge is checked in for the Magic. Markelle Fultz comes in for DJ Augustine. Now here's Fournier. 8 points for him. Here's Burch, and the layup's good off the glass. Burch has got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake, but they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And Vucevic has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Phoenix, no good that time either. Just 3 on the clock. Oh, he hit it!
How did that go in?
How about the range on that jumper?
And so it's Orlando having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. At the end of the period, they held a... And...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Nice game. Great performance by Evan Fournier.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
So on the floor for Orlando, Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Ennis in at the 3. Well, Phoenix shooting a putrid 25% from the field. Poor shot selection all around. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. TJ Augustine picks one up.
And you know, guys, when you watch Rubio, he's one of the most hyped international prospects ever. Scouts were right about his ability to manage the game, though.
No good on the second free throw.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
Now, here's Bridges. He's tightly guarded. Here's Johnson. Orlando grabs the miss. Vucevic has got 11 rebounds in the game. Magic moving the ball around. Now here's Ennis. He's guarded by Johnson. From deep three-point range, they grab their own miss, and it's put back in by Vucevic.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Johnson kicks to Booker. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And good that time.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Augustine from outside. He doesn't hit that one. Now the Suns take it the other way.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Ayton. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got rebound number 13 with that last one. Gordon for 3. Kept alive Orlando. Lets it go from deep. The shot comes out. The Suns have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Booker inside. He's guarded by Fournier. Bridges for 3. Augustine grabs the board.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And Fournier kicks to Ennis from beyond the arc and then some. Ennis has got 13.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman. Fournier solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
Booker finds Ayton. Johnson against Gordon. And there's the pass to Bridges. 6 to shoot. Here's the 3. And again, it's the Suns missing. The Magic have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Here's Vucevic. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Now Booker, and he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. For three, Ayton, not really his range, and it's off target. The Magic shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Here's Vucevic. And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. Augustine from outside. It's good from long range. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, this run largely the result of offensive rebounding.
Clark, you look at the defensive metrics for Nikola Vucevic lately, very good. And yet, he's been considered a liability at that end. So, in your opinion, which is it?
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I think it's a blend, quite honestly. The analytics say one thing, but in this day and age, the way the game is played, big centers are typically challenged from a mobility standpoint, especially trying to defend fleet-footed perimeter guys in pick-and-roll situations and in space. To Vucevic's credit, he's worked hard at becoming better, trying to be a better rim protector and recognize where he needs to be early on with anticipation. So he's making progress, but it's a blend in my mind.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Suns have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Carter Williams feeling it out a bit. 27 seconds left in the third. Pass to Birch. Tries it from 19. The dive for the ball.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Carter outside. Back to Bridges. And so it's Orlando up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Aaron Baines out there with Kaminsky. Then there's Šarić. Then there's Carter. And it's Jerome in at the 1. That's who's out there for Phoenix. The Magic shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
Here's Bamba and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Orlando moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it comes off the front of the rim.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Carter outside. It's intercepted. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Here's Fultz. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Magic.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Bamba's shot is off. Suns have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Jerome. Carter Williams covering to the paint. Baines inside. He's against Bamba. And it's Baines missing to the left wing. And they're on the break. Pass to Carter. Kaminsky with the ball. Guarded by Fultz. Here's Jerome. 5 on the clock. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got 6 rebounds in the game. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. Gets a very good look and converts.
Man, I like the quick catch and release from Fultz. A confident shooter who's ready to fire as soon as he catches it.
Sharch dishes to Baines. Rebound by the Magic. Bamba's got 7 rebounds in the game. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Birch kicks to Fultz. Pass to Awundu. He tries for 3. Fultz, no good. Phoenix has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Bamba. Now the pass to Fultz. And finished off by Fultz.
You've got to step in front of Fultz, guys. I mean, he's solid when he comes rolling to the rim to hammer it down on these drives.
Sharch passes to Kaminsky. Harder on the wing. A minute 20 left in the game. Clock at 6. Here's Kaminsky. They get it back. And it's Baines missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Orlando.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them.
Sure did. I mean, this means they'll come out on top in the season series, 2-1 now. Got to be happy about that.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Vucevic.
You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
And now the fast break. Kaminsky with the ball. On the wing, Johnson. On the wing, Johnson. He dishes it to Payne. Here's a Kobo. Can they get it? Off on that one. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
what I've been doing.
So I know you're big into 2K. What modes do you jump into?
Right now, my favorite is actually going to the park and playing 3v3 and also Pro-Am. A little bit more Pro-Am now because 3v3 sometimes is like not as realistic as I think 5v5 is.
So the WNBA.
And here's a look at some numbers for Ayton.
There's been a drop-off in the rebounding numbers. He seems to be getting out-muscled on the glass in a way we didn't see earlier in the season. His last 10 games, the totals have taken a huge hit.
So here's Miami's starting group. Jones is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. And it's Nunn in at the point guard position. And for Phoenix, Rubio and Booker. They're the best. What a jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right?
I tell you what, Butler is a physical dunker. I mean, he takes his craft seriously. I just love watching this guy take off.
Jones against Johnson. Jones drives in, and it's Jones finishing it off.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
And Devin Booker, where would the Suns' offense be without him?
Probably bottom of the league if no Devin Booker slides on that Suns jersey. One of the purest shooters in the league and one of the most phenomenal young scorers that's come along maybe since Kevin Durant.
And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for Miami. 4-point game. And stolen by Booker. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Pushing it up. And Ayton throws it down.
The big guy going up and trying to rip that rim off.
Here's Nunn. His last outing, he had 18 points. From downtown, Butler, no good. Suns have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Bridges kicks to Rubio. Passes it to Ayton. Bridges against Adebayo. Just 5 on the clock. Count that one.
Ooh, that is a tough shot.
The Heat have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Nunn, covered by Rubio. Robinson for 3, knocks down the 3-ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Ayton. And it's Miami with the rebound. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them. Suns still looking like they're getting going here. They trail by 3. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. One good possession, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. They could never get on a steady run and play some solid offense.
Fast break, here come the Suns, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Sharch has checked in for Phoenix.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Bam Adebayo. Iguodala comes in for Butler. And Hero subbed in for Robinson. Pass to Dragic. That's tipped. Olynyk against Sharch. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Brett, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but
right.
You know the role that he had for
Yes,
the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. the way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. And the Suns making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in.
Well, you used the mobility and length to your advantage. Leonard right there, an ideal target on the roll.
Saric against Iguodala. And Saric kicks to Carter. Nailed from three-point land. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Dragic finds Iguodala. Here's Hero, defended by Carter. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns. The Suns leading. 30 seconds left to play in the first. And the basket by Kaminsky.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Iguodala, the pass to Dragic. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Dragic has got 5.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
That drive by Carter laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
There's Dragic with the 3, and again Miami with the triple.
Yeah, that was certainly a deep one there from the perimeter, but Dragic making it effortless.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter. Jimmy Butler, a hard worker on the floor and off the court as well.
I worked extremely hard to get
a boombox aquarium, huh? Points for originality, Greg.
Butler, not shy, breaking from convention, beats to the rhythm of his own drum.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what are you guys seeing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. They've got Dragic. He's out there with Iguodala. Myers Leonard is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Silva in at the 4. And slam dunk by Sharp.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Silva, he's guarded by Kaminsky. There's Dragic with the 3. Good work defensively by Carter. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Well, you watch Goran Dragic play, and Brent, he's so deceptive with his movement both on and off the ball.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why, Kevin, is the change of speeds. I also add the fact that guys who can handle the ball and are crafty and are left-handed, boy, it's tough on a nightly basis to change up your mindset to guard a guy who you know is going to go left all the time as opposed to right. Trust me, in practice, I had to do that with Manu Ginobili a ton of time in San Antonio. Dragic similar. Great use of speed change.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Andre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. Johnson comes in for Saric. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Cook. Phoenix shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Adebayo is checked in for Miami.
He was able to tie it up. He has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
And this is an element of Butler's game that is deadly. He's as consistent as it gets, rising up off the pad.
And the basket by Kaminsky. Here's Nunn. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. To the inside. Here's Silva. Got a piece of it. Ayton against Adebayo. Booker. Ayton trying to break free. And there's Booker on the assist by Ayton.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
None can't get it to fall. Suns have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. No good from Booker. Miami trailing. In the corner, it's Robinson. Again, the miss by the Heat. Well, Phoenix shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Here's Kaminsky. Puts it up from 7. Off the left rim and out. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Adebayo, the layup missed. The Suns shooting the ball at a 43% rate here in the second. Kaminsky dishes to Rubio. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Booker finds Rubio. Shot clock at 6. The 17-footer. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Kaminsky's got the lead up to 4 now for the Suns.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. With so many guys are now shooting from well beyond the arc, who do you think has the deepest range in the league?
I think Steph Curry has the most consistent, deepest range.
Lillard is in that category.
Lillard is in there, and of course, last year's playoff win will never go away in terms of what a great memory that was. Trae Young is now entering that category, Kevin.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw that at the end of last year. His fearlessness in pulling up from just about anywhere has been pretty remarkable. And to that, I will add one Brook Lopez, who has found his way well beyond the three-point line.
He's a whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about him later.
We'll do that. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The Heat trail by 5. Butler passes to Jones. Heat moving the ball around. Shots good by Hero.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
Ayton, the shot missing. And Miami the other way now. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Booker outside. Kicks it to Bridges. Booker outside. They get it again.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backcourt.
The Heat trail by 3. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Nunn. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Bridges. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. And now a 5-point Phoenix lead.
Well, Booker has established that he can score and now showing that he can play make.
High post shot. Misses off the right iron. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4. That's all for now.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing from Goran Dragic.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Bridges in at the 3. Who's out there for Phoenix. And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Robinson.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Inside, Butler with the steal. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
Here's Nunn. He's guarded by Johnson. For the lead, Nunn, that's good. Nunn's got 5.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Booker the pass to Johnson. Back to Booker. Kicks it out to Rubio. Beyond the arc. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 4 assists now tonight. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's going to nail it.
Robinson misses.
Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Down low, Johnson banked in off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Phoenix lead.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And Bam Adebayo, who just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for 8. Sharge comes in for Johnson. And it's Carter in for Devin Booker.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
To the paint, Bridges with the steal. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Carter leading the charge.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Heat trail by 6. Adebayo passes to Iguodala. He kicks it to Crowder. To the middle. And Dragic with the basket on the assist from Crowder. Crowder's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, we all know how confident Goran Dragic is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
Rubio against Dragic. 16 feet away. It's rebounded by Leonard.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Count that one. Now just a 2-point Phoenix lead.
Well, Iguodala setting up, getting that good, strong base. He becomes a much better shooter when he does that.
Carter dishes to Baines. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
A different look for Miami. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Adebayo. And Hero subbed in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Heat. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And he makes that one.
Awesome drive from Dragic there. Simply put it up and put it in.
Out to Saric. Pass to Jerome. Suns moving the ball around. Olynyk with the steal. Now Leonard. He's got 5. Three-pointer. Crowder. A three-pointer is right on target. Crowder's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Carter down low. And it's in there.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Out to the right wing, and that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Launches it. Hero, no good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Carter finds Saric. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Now it's a 3-point Suns lead. Dragic with it, now guarded by Booker. Yep, it counts. 14 points for Goran Dragic.
Yeah, right now Goran Dragic has got it cooking.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. For 3, Booker cans it from downtown.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
To the inside, here's Silva. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Carter penetrating. Yep, that one goes. Carter's got the lead up to 6 now for the Suns.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Near the 3-point line, it's Olynyk. No good. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Suns lead by 6. 2K Sports back to Phoenix after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Miami starting the 4th. Jimmy Butler is out there with Jones. Then it's Kelly Olynyk, and it's Nunn in at the point. The Heat trail by 8. Outside, Jones. The pass to Hero. Here's Olynyk. 5 to shoot. The Heat need to get a shot off. Jones trying to get open. None. That's good. Suns leading by 5. Passes to Ayton. The feed to Booker. From 10 feet out. The drive by Rubio. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Back to Johnson. Shoots the 3. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Heat trail by 10. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. The shot. Hero, no good.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Johnson finds 8. Now Kaminsky to the paint. Over Jones. Kaminsky misses.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
It's Olynyk. It's out the key. Here's Hero. Good on the triple.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Booker, right side. Back to Rubio. Johnson against Butler. To the middle. It's stolen by Jones. And here we go. Butler heading to the hoop. And slam dunk by Butler.
And Butler, no stranger to these pressure situations. A big-time gamer who knows how to take over on key possessions.
Baseline try. Johnson can't get it to go.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Here's Butler. Jones trying to get open. And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Jimmy Butler.
And the quickness on the drive, Butler showing how lethal he is cutting to the basket.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Miami's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. For 3, Booker. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 5 assists in the game. Here's Butler. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Butler's got 6 here in this quarter.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside, utilizes his height and strength well, and varies that.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Devin Booker.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. You got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
Bridges passes to Ayton. Here's Robinson, and it's Robinson with the jam.
No doubt that Butler continues to improve his passing. An excellent playmaker, really wants to make his teammates better.
Pass to Ayton. Bridges against Butler. Ayton. The putback. Miami grabs the miss.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive. That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And Booker kicks to Johnson. Takes the 13-footer. Good!
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
Oh, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Here's Ayton. Tries again. Rebound by Butler.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And the Heat call time here. They trail by 5. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I'm going to use the cliche here. You can't take your timeouts with you, so they're going to use it.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
So the Suns win it. It